This is My Thoughts with Anthony Jones, and today's topic is color. That's right, you guys keep asking about how do we do color. I don't know how to do color. Can you teach me? And I'm gonna tell you what I think about color, okay? First off, color is something that we as animals instinctually have evolved into. What does that mean? That means that these when we were looking at black and white, we cannot see them. Where the are those tigers at? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. He's orange as in a green environment. So easy. And that's pretty much where I make a stand. This is something that we as creatures can see other animals easier. Okay? But, it's okay. Because some people try to be fashionable with their colors, and try to find some color sense ability and say, hey, look, we look dope. Now look at this African tribe, for example. Now I'm not trying to say that these guys don't have a good sense of fashion. I'm just saying that they're different. In fact, we're all different and we all see colors differently. For example, again, if you look at the Chinese New Year, they celebrate red. Red for them means good luck and awesomeness. Right? That's why you see red all over the goddamn place. I dare you to type in Chinese New Year and not see red. Okay? You will. If you type in the same thing but put American New Year, you won't see red. You'll see all kinds of colors because you know what, America, we like to have everybody. We take all kinds of things. And so this is why we have all these types of colors. It's a cultural thing, guys. Color is perceived cultural. Some cultures see color a certain way. For example, red, again, for the Chinese people, right? They see it as a thing of luck, a thing of awesomeness. Now, if you look at, I believe, the South Africans, they look at it as something as mourning. That means like something of sadness. Someone has died and you need to mourn for them. And if you look at a country like Iran looks at blue as the color of mourning. And then as Americans, we all dress up in black. Who's right? Nobody's right and nobody's wrong. We're all on the same level. It's all a cultural thing. So get over your thing. Now, let's talk about painting because that's really what it's about, right? That's kind of what I was talking about before, is just a little rant. And who gives a about my rants? It just gives you some perspective, hopefully. But if you don't have any perspective yet, then maybe I'll give you some perspective in the world of color in the painting world. Now check this out. When painters paint, and I'm not talking about traditional painters, I'm not talking about us gimpy ass digital painters who think that we don't have, we have all these tools to our disposal, but we don't know how to use them. And we're just like, oh, traditional painters are so awesome. Yeah, they're awesome, but they also know what the hell they're doing. And maybe that's what you need to realize too, is that you need to learn how to paint. And that's really what it comes down to. And traditional painters paint well because they know what the hell they're doing. Look, he says, I'm gonna have all my light tones and I'm gonna have all my mid tones and I'm gonna have all my dark tones all on the canvas ready for me, or on my palette ready for me to go. What as digital painters we do is none of this. We don't really give two shits, right? We have every goddamn color to our disposal. I mean, look at this thing. Look at we got everything. Aw, snap, son. And I got all kinds of modes. I got RGB, red, green, blue, CMYK. Aw, snaps, colors of the rainbow at my disposal. But for whatever reason, we don't pay attention to the colors that we're putting in. And more importantly, most people use hue, saturation, blackness, right? And they don't realize that hue is the color, saturation is the saturation, and the blackness is the blackness, right? This is obviously not blackness, but you guys know what I'm talking about. This is just basically the three things you need to worry about. And for some reason, everybody's worried about this. Oh, hue, I need to get this right. I need to get this right. But what about the other two? Saturation and value. Oh, I said the magic word, value. John Singer Sargent. He is the beast of value. Man, this guy, he has great colors too. I mean, if you look at his colors, he's got a killer understanding, right? Well, his values are pretty awesome. Look at his values in black and white. Oh, they still look good. Oh, it's not even a painting. It's just a goddamn a mess on his wooden tablet thing. Now let's look at something that isn't such a mess. And I didn't do that. I'm too lazy to do that. But someone else did, and I'm really happy they did. Because check this out. He pretty much only uses a limited palette. He's like, I don't want to paint with every goddamn color in the rainbow. All I want to paint with is titanium white, lamp black, orange, and light red. And that's all you should worry about too, sucker. You should only worry about a few colors at a time. And maybe your colors won't be crazy. If you think you see a blue, maybe it's just a desaturated red. If you think you see a purple, maybe it's just a desaturated red. I mean, calm the hell down with all this stuff. You guys need to realize that there are so many colors that we can choose, but maybe choosing a few is all we really need to worry about. And that's where I think the problem is. Now, there's some people that love to put a lot of random colors everywhere, and one of them is Nathan Fowles, and he's freaking amazing at it. Look at this, he did a great job, but they're not that random. I mean, this blue feels very blue because it is pretty blue, but at the same time it's also super desaturated right here, so then it feels super saturated up there by the head, and then you got orange here, and you're just like, oh my gosh. But this is pretty much an underpainting. He's getting ready to kind of finish all this stuff up, but what's really important is that the values are getting set up way before the colors, and he has a great understanding of that, and that's why he's a boss. And look who else is a boss. Oh my god, my favorite painter, JC Leyendecker. Dude, this guy is the king of composition and king of colors, but more importantly, he's the king of value, dark against white. Oh, so good. Light versus shadow. He's got that on lockdown. And what do you guys got? You got none of this on lockdown. You guys are worried about your goddamn colors. Get this worried about first, and then worry about your goddamn colors. Oh, look at this guy. Frank Frazetta. He is the value king. What? The value king? Yes, that's right. This guy, look at his sketches of value. King. And he knows he's king because he's so king, he says, you know what? I'm just going to put super saturated orange in the background, and I don't give two goddamn for a few reasons, because one reason, my values are king. I mean, even if you cross your eyes looking at this, you can still tell what the hell's going on. Lightning bolt to the sword. Oh, look at the light bouncing off my chest because it's so goddamn bright, but then it's so goddamn dark in my forms that aren't getting hit by that light. I mean, this is pretty unnatural, to be honest, but it doesn't matter because value-wise, it sings to us, and our eyeballs love that contrast. Ooh, how we love the contrast. But let's say it's not so crazy contrast, like Sam Nielsen, one of my favorites also. This guy has a beautiful sense of color, but he also has a beautiful sense of values. And when I mean beautiful sense of color, all I'm saying is this guy knows that, hey, I have a good sense of design when it comes to color. And this is just basic color theory 101. All of y'all took in this class. If you're an artist, you know, even if you're not an artist, red versus green, you know, orange versus blue, just remember these, and then you can have contrast amongst your colors. It's not that hard. If you still have a hard time figuring this out, just go to the internet and type in color wheel, and then just basically pick one color and go straight across to the next color. And then all of a sudden, guess what? You have contrast amongst your colors. And then also think about what I said earlier. Remember how I talked about there's three things to worry about: color and saturation and brightness. Look, these two are more important because they're more involved. You know, if you're gonna bring some color, let's say you're gonna go orange. Oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna get some color that's orangish. And then maybe, you know, I want to complement it with a different color. And so if your orange is super saturated, then maybe make it desaturated when you go to blues, so you don't have two things competing in both color and saturation and in value. Value? That's right. So if your background is dark in value, highly saturated, then the easy solution for the contrasting thing for me is something that is cool. Most likely blue is awesome. Something that's light and desaturated. Bam, contrast. Anyways, I'm going on a rant. Check this out. He knocks out some awesome values, and then on the bottom here he has awesome colors, and then he puts them, if you put them together, this is what you get in the middle. Something that looks like, oh my god, he knows how to color. No, he knows how to do values, and then he applies good color sensibility, and then bam, you have something that looks like it's completely done and finished and gnarly. Sam Nielsen, y'all. Sam motherfucking Nielsen. Who's next? Jeremy Geddes. Now this guy, he is so good. He is one of my favorite oil painters that are living around today. Look, he says, look, I'm gonna paint this thing that looks like a little girl is flying through this brick wall with a pigeon. right? I don't know why he likes things flying around. He like throws pigeons in the shit. I mean, I think it's probably because he's so good at drawing pigeons and painting pigeons. He's got to put them into every goddamn thing. But it doesn't matter. My point is that his values are solid, so the colors are going to look good too. And look what happens if I do a little color fudging. It still looks good even though I changed the colors. Oh, what the hell? How is that possible? Because the values are so good. Even if it looks radioactive, it still looks like something that is believable because the forms are good. If I just desaturate this, it still looks great, you know? And now, I'm not trying to say, you know, go crazy with your saturation and all that stuff. Definitely have a calm down. But as far as I'm concerned, he has a great sense of value, and that's really what it comes down to. So if you guys have any more questions about this color stuff, I mean, feel free to ask them, and I'll try to answer as much as possible. But I'm going to do a demonstration. This is the first half of a 2-part video series. The second part of color is me demonstrating, me painting right in front of your goddamn eyeballs and showing you what I would do. Now, I'm not trying to say that color is something stupid and submissive. I'm trying to say that it's a part of a three-ball juggling act. And if you're really worried about color being the problem, and I'm trying to tell you that it's only 1/3 of the problem, and I look at your artwork and I can see that your value and your saturation are kind of having some issues, then color is not going to save you, my friend. Color is going to do very much what I was talking about earlier, and it's going to make you feel like the Chinese New Year, or it's going to make you feel like American New Year. That's when it comes to design. Are you going to feel like it's good luck? Is it representing mourning? Is it representing hallelujah? Whatever the hell it is representing? Or, you know, is it representing, you know, just good fashion sensibility? I don't care. When color comes in, it's great to tell us how you feel. But if you're trying to sell us a picture and sell us the structure and the form of the stuff, color's not going to do it for you. Color's just going to play a small part in that wheel. Saturation and value are really up in that ballpark. So you better calm down with your color deficiencies. I promise you, you practice those colors and you think you're going to get some value out of that, you be goddamn wrong. If you practice your values and then go to colors, oh, it's so much easier. Life's so much easier. I promise. Anyways, if you don't like what I'm saying, I apologize. But, you know, this is what I've experienced, my friends. So watch the next video. It'll be out soon. There'll be links to all the artists and people that I mentioned. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you want to know and keep updated with these videos, because I will be posting these at least once a week. So stay tuned for the next one where I actually demonstrate to y'all what I does. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.